Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This time we're going to be looking at the Wimbledon Football Club, which was an English football club formed in Wimbledon, southwest London in 1889 and based at Plough Lane from 1912 to 1991. Founded as Wimbledon Old Centrals, the club were a non-league team for most of their history. Nicknamed the Dons and latterly the Wombles, they won 8 Isthmian League titles. I hope I pronounced that one right. The FA Cup Amateur Cup in 1963 and 3 successive Southern League Championships between 1975 and 1977, and were then elected to the Football League. The team rose quickly from obscurity during the 1980s and were promoted to the then top-flight First Division in 1986, just 4 seasons after being in the 4th Division. Wimbledon's crazy gang, so called because of their boisterous, eccentric behaviour of the players, won the FA Cup in 1988. Beating the season's league champions Liverpool and thereby becoming one of only 3 clubs to have won both the FA Cup and its amateur counterpart. In 1991, following the publication of the Taylor Report recommending all-seater grounds for top-flight clubs, Wimbledon left Plough Lane to ground share with nearby Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, an originally temporary arrangement that ended up lasting for over a decade. The team remained in the First Division and its successor, the FA Premier League, until they were relegated in 2000. In 2001, after rejecting a variety of possible local sites and other further afield, the club announced its intention to move a short 46 miles away north to Milton Keynes in Buckinghamshire. The idea of Wimbledon leaving South London was deeply unpopular, can't understand why, both with the bulk of the club's established fan base and with football supporters generally, but an independent commission appointed by the Football Association granted permission in May 2002. A group of supporters appalled by the decision responded by forming a new club, AFC Wimbledon, to which the majority of Wimbledon FC fans switch allegiance. Surprise, surprise. Wimbledon originally played on Wimbledon Common, using the Fox and Grapes public house in Camp Road as the team's headquarters and changing room. The club moved to Plough Lane in September 1912. During the 1930s and 1940s, crowds of between 7,000 and 10,000 were not uncommon at the ground. Wimbledon's highest attendance at the ground came on the 2nd of March 1935, when 18,080 people were attracted to an FA Amateur Cup tie against HMS Victory. Floodlights were first used on the 3rd of October 1960 in a London Charity Cup match against Arsenal. The Plough Lane ground remained comparatively basic, and by the time the club had risen to the First Division, the stadium had not changed greatly from Wimbledon's recent non-league days. At the time of the club's acceptance into the Football League in 1977, applicants had only to meet minimal stadium criteria, and once in the league, these same criteria sufficed regardless of whether the club subsequently found itself in the 4th or 1st Division. However, following the Hillsborough disaster and the subsequent Taylor Report, the football authorities introduced far stricter safety rules, which gave top-flight clubs specific deadlines by which to redevelop terrace grounds or build new all-seater stadiums. The board of the club decided that Plough Lane could not be made to comply with these new requirements economically, and in 1990 they announced plans to temporarily ground share with Crystal Palace at their Selhurst Park stadium. Given the location of Plough Lane, at the junction of 2 major roads and beside the River Wandle, Major redevelopment of the site as a modern all-seater stadium might have been difficult, though not impossible. The club's board of directors maintained it had searched exhaustively with Milton Council for a site in or around Milton on which to build a new stadium, looking at 14 different sites over a period of 5 years, in addition to commissioning feasibility studies for redeveloping both Plough Lane and the neighbouring site at Wimbledon Stadium. Despite this, nothing ever came of the board's continual promises to redevelop the site or to build a new ground within the borough, and the club remained as tenants at Selhurst Park for 12 years. And there we go, there is the short history of Wimbledon FC. I'm not saying it had a short history, it's just a short video. I do hope that you have enjoyed listening to this video, and please also like, share and subscribe if you have, and tell everyone else about it. I will be doing all sorts of football grounds, all sorts of football disasters. How depressing. So please do subscribe and you won't regret it. Until next time, cheerio.